This dashboard provides total transparency into your SharePoint environment, visualizing every assigned permission level and surfacing exactly who has administrative access to the site. We are going to build an automated scheduled extraction tool that pulls this permission data directly. You won't need to submit a ticket to IT, access Central Admin, or write a single line of PowerShell. The only prerequisite to build this workflow is that your account must have Site Collection Administrator rights for the target site. This diagram outlines the complete architecture we're building today. We'll start on the left to schedule a flow, use HTTP requests and JSON parsing to extract the data in the middle, and finish on the right by mapping it to a Power BI dashboard. Setting up this entire flow replaces manual security checks with a concrete automated audit trail that updates itself. Step 1 is building the destination. Create a new SharePoint list with specific text and choice columns, site URL, principal name, principal type, permission levels, scan date, and run ID. Next, open Power Automate and create a new scheduled cloud flow. Set the trigger to run on a weekly timer. We need to set up 3 variables to track our data correctly. Add initialize variable actions for site URL, scan date, and run ID. For the scan date variable, use the expression UTC now to capture the exact time. For run ID, use the workflow run name expression. Set the site URL to your target site. By locking in these variables early, you tag every row of data with a specific date and run instance. This prevents accidental overwrites and allows your dashboard to track changes over time. Now we build the extraction engine. We'll use the Send an HTTP request action to reach into SharePoint's backend and retrieve the raw permission data. Inside the HTTP action, set the method field to GET. In the URI field, enter API/web/role assignments. Expand member role definition bindings. This specific endpoint retrieves the role assignments while expanding the hidden member definitions. Finally, set the accept header to application.json::odata equals no metadata to ensure the incoming data is formatted properly without excess code. This single API call executes the equivalent of hundreds of manual clicks through the SharePoint settings, pulling the entire security matrix of the site at once. Save and run the flow manually once. Open the successful run history and copy the raw body output from the HTTP action. Add a parse JSON action immediately after the HTTP request. Paste the copied output into the sample payload field. This generates a schema that translates the data into usable fields. Because the data comes back as an array of multiple users, add and apply to each action and select the parsed value array to loop through the results systematically. Inside that loop, users often have multiple permission levels. Use a join data operation to stitch those separate permission names into a single text string separated by commas. Add a create item action pointing to the audit list you built earlier. Map the dynamic values from your parse data, like title, login name, and the joined permission string, into the corresponding list columns. The translation step takes the unreadable machine output from the API and converts it into structured, human-readable data points. Run the flow again. Your destination SharePoint list will now populate with clean, readable rows detailing user access. Open Power BI Desktop, select SharePoint Online list as your data source, point it to your audit list, and load the data into your visual tables. This document outlines the limitations of our setup. This flow captures site-level permissions, but lists a SharePoint group as a single assignment. To list the specific people inside, you need an extra endpoint, which we will cover in the advanced build. With this baseline structure complete, you have secured visibility over your site permissions. You now have a repeatable, scalable tool for enterprise-level auditing.